going to want to go to a clinch quickly. He does not want to get hit. And the reverse punches and thrust punches are really strong from Ichihara.
Is Ishihara in trouble if he's on the ground?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
And he's down.
Yes,
he's down on the ground.
Yes. Watch Hoist will take his left leg and go over the top. There it is. He'll get him in a hook position. Now he'll rest. He'll get a good mounted base, and he'll just rest. He'll get his hand over to block that.
Jim, this look familiar?
Yes, it does.
He may end it up too quickly. What he'll do is he will grind this into his face and neck, and Ichihara will release that left hand, just like that.
Hey, wait a second. Did we script this for this guy? Do you think he studies the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu or just lucked out?
Sorry,
That's
guys.
my instructor over there.
Sorry about that.
How is he playing into his hands?
Oh, he'll just keep hitting him until he lets go.
Are they harmless punches? Are they
yeah.
hurting punches?
Oh, sure. They're right into the ribs. Ichihara will let go. He'll let go. Now he'll palm strike him a little bit to the side. There it is, to the side of the head.
How unfamiliar is this to Ishihara, being on the ground, being in an inferior position?
I'm not sure. I don't have that data on Ichihara, but right now he's in a very vulnerable position.
You just had to be at the press conference when these two were paired up in the preliminary round. You heard the oohs and ahs.
Yes, the whole room oohed and awed.
The way we understand it, this easily could have been the finals.
Yes. Now that's what he's trying to do, is get that elbow just to get over the side. Now he's going to push his head over. Hoist will take his left hand and hold the side of his head. He'll just work him over, hopefully. He may go to an arm lock or an arm bar. Hoist does not want to win this with an arm lock.
Why?
He wants to win this with a choke.
You mean he cares how he wins?
Oh, certainly, certainly. He doesn't want to win this with an arm lock. He will if he's losing endurance or if he's having a problem getting the guy in anything else. He will do that. But he's really, if I know Hoist, he's going to go for the choke. It's more dramatic.
You got to think about the emotions going in. He won't talk about it, but he's representing the whole Gracie family as a member. He loses. I mean, he's got the whole family to face and to live up to, and that whole name.
I think so too. In this particular position that Hoist is in, I don't think he's going to lose this match. He's rolling him over on the side now, and he'll go for the choke. Ichihara has a good lock on that shoulder, though.
Really?
Yeah. But that's okay. Hoist is in good position.
Why?
He'll just, because he stays on you just like a crab or an anaconda. He gives you no space to get up or move. All of his weight is on him. He'll headbutt him. He'll maneuver him. Now you'll see Rickson, Royler, Hoist, Hoker, all of his brothers are right in front of him. That's the whole jiu-jitsu clan just talking to him right now. I guarantee you, Hoist is not using any energy right now, hardly at all.
You watch Rickson right there in the Guru. He's being blocked right now, but Rickson is the Guru. He's the man that Hoist looks up to.
That's
He's
correct.
the man that really does a lot of training with Hoist.
That's correct. And after training with Rickson all this time, Hoist says anything will be a welcome change.
Yeah, one of his quotes. Yeah. See the whole Gracie family there.
Yes. That's Horion. They're just on Lord from Horion.
And again, it's not Gracie Jiu-Jitsu by mistake. It just isn't a coincidence. They invented this art.
They perfected their style of jiu-jitsu. Originally came from Japan.
How different is it from anything we've seen in other jiu-jitsu? Slightly, tremendous amount?
I personally think tremendously amount because of the finishing holes and how technical they are. And they'll just wear the opponent down and wear the opponent down. Ishihara is in a tough position to be in right now.
Is Ishihara expending a lot of energy?
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Just laying there.
Just laying there. Because not only is he on the bottom, he doesn't want to be on the bottom because Hoist has him in a mounted position, and anytime he tries to roll or get up or move, he exerts all this energy. Hoist is just taking his time.
This is a lot longer, Jim, than we remember last time.
That's a shot on Royler, the smallest of the Gracies. Now also, anytime Ichihara will move or roll or try to get over, Hoist will just go with him on top of him like a little crab. He'll just stay right on top of him. Hoist can crank this up at any minute he wants to. He can dictate this fight. See how he's moving? And Hoist just stays on him just like a crab.
Naoki Ishihara says his best punch, his best weapon is the lunge punch. That's not going to help him.
Lunge punch is a real strong technique using the reverse hand. If you're standing with your left foot in front and you throw a reverse punch, it would be your right hand coming forward. Real strong technique.
And Hoist Ishihara again showing more life.
Hoist is really punishing Ichihara right now.
Man, you talk about a game face. Hoist has it.
He does. He does. Hoist is probably going to want to end this up pretty quickly now. He doesn't want to sit. Well, he could do an arm lock real easily right now, but I think he's going to let him turn and go for the choke. Here it is.
He's letting him turn.
Yeah.
caught.
He tapped.
Was that an arm
It's
lock?
over. Yes. No. I think he choked him out. He couldn't fall. Oh, he did. Arm lock.
It looked like an arm lock.
He probably broke his arm.
You think that arm could be broken?
I knew he was going to finish it pretty quick because he doesn't want to spend all this energy because he has other fights. He very possibly
Still,
could have
that
snapped
was
it.
close to a 5-minute fight.
He probably popped the capsule in his arm. I couldn't really tell from this angle. Okay, he has him in a choke. That's not working. Ishihara's slipping out. Let me see if I can see what he's doing here. He reaches. Oh, he gives him his arm, goes in an arm lock. Watch him raise his hips. And yes.
Okay.
Right there.
All right.
Yes.
See, the crowd was responding to the reversal in fortune.
Yes.
With it looked like Royce was being dominated, but you said no.
It's just leverage, yes. Absolute leverage.
Defending champion defends his title. That's exactly what he did.
I thought that would happen. If Royce is going on, the fight's dragging on, then he will end it.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I'll tell you, to Ichihara's credit, he was the one who kept going. Ichihara kept him for 5 minutes.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But Royce dictated the fight the whole time. He was on top of him in a very good base. Had his feet hooked underneath, and he was just very stable. And Ichihara exposed his arm. Royce says, I don't want to stay here any longer. I'll take it. That's fine.
Right.
End of story.
For a technician, there's no need to rush.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. But I'll tell you.
No need to hurry up.
But, Jim, we talked about that other factor, and again, we talk about expending energy, but the other factor is, hey, it's a preliminary round. Get in, get out. 16 fighters
Well,
now,
it's
an
not
extra
always
practice.
that easy.
Yeah.
Jim's a technician. He rushed for about 5 million yards. What's the deal here?
And never did hurry it up.
Okay. Know what I like to do now? I like to go back and show you out there, you viewers, what you missed, all right? We have Sharon Doherty losing to Scott Morris. We have the advancer there. Now, we have an announcement for you. Rhodes Hammaker. Hammaker came out on top.
Yes,
now,
he did.
Hammaker will not fight. We understand he's been injured. We're not sure what that injury is, but we do have alternates just in case something like this happened, and that, of course, goes to Fred Edish from Minnesota. We don't know much about him, 5th-degree black belt, and this looks like a Chinese word I've never seen before. Can you pronounce that?
Oh,
Bail out
the
if you get that.
Shoinryu. You mean the style of
Yeah,
the style?
Shoinryu.
Shoinryu, yes.
What can you tell us about that?
Well, it's a Japanese style, and we don't know much, like we said, about this gentleman. But because he is an alternate, he will not have to face the wrath of being winded from the first fight. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, we talked about this great fight. It lasted close to 12 minutes, possibly even longer. Levecki against Rhodes, and we're going to go take a look at it now. The bigger man suffers a very surprising fate, at least as far as I was concerned. This is the end of the fight.
This was a grueling fight. It looks a lot worse than it is, folks. It gets a little grueling here because of the headbutt opened up the eye, just below the eye, above the cheekbone there. It was bone on bone, and you can see the blood coming out.
See, what you have to understand at home is they were in that position for about 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and the endurance of a 6'5", 290-pound man, David Levicki, was really tested, and unfortunately that blow just ended any type of endurance contest. Now we'd like to go to Robert Lucarelli and Orlando Veit, and this was supposed to be a classical kickboxing match. That's what I thought. Jim didn't think that. And,
No, I did.
Did you really?
I did.
Oh, you didn't. Orlando Veit, possibly the best conditioned athlete I've ever seen in person.
What a specimen. He broke this takedown, broke this hole. That's what ended the fight right there, that knee to the face. And we thought the guy tapped, but he didn't tap in the round kick. Then he comes in and really finishes him off. He realizes the fight's not over. He turns around. This guy is an awesome specimen. Check this out. He comes back. The guy tries to protect himself. Whang, he misses him here. Now watch this crushing elbow to the back. Oh, devastating power. This guy is something to watch.
Keep in mind, too, that Robert Lucarelli didn't even quit. His corner threw in the towel, and I'm glad they did. I'll tell you, that guy's got tremendous
Brian,
guts. That's a
I
whole
don't think
different
he could
element.
quit. I don't think he was in a state of mind that
Yeah.
he really knew what was happening.
Definitely.
Okay. I'll bow to you guys on that one. And right here's the towel throw.
They had to pull this guy off him. They really did.
And what's also amazing is they'll hug each other after. And now the match you just saw, Royce Gracie, the defending champion, against Minoki Ichihara, a match that we were looking forward to. A lot of Japanese were also.
It's
and
like-
here is the closing of that match.
Like we said, I couldn't see it. I thought he had him in a choke, but it was hard to tell. But because of the leverage of the elbow, he popped the arm there.
Yeah, and he was also holding his face right after. So Royce Gracie, you know, you called it exactly, Ben. It's so obvious how well schooled you are in all the fighters, but Royce was really in control, where if I was sitting here without an expert next to me, I would think that Royce was really losing control when actually he was having a play into his hands.
We never understood the tap.
Yeah.
Not at all.
It was lightning fast.
I couldn't see it. I didn't think he would tap before his arm was extended. That's what was different to me. Usually the arm is extended and completely locked, and it's locked into place, and it's hyperextended. That's why you tap, and you can't really get out of that technique once it's locked in and the thumb is in the upward position.
You know, one of the things we like to talk about, as well as the fighters and their history, is the discipline they study. It'll help you at home understand more about what you're seeing and appreciate it. So let's take a look at some of the 5 family of disciplines and some of the details.
Karate developed to maturity in Okinawa. Karate means empty hand. Today, the term karate has become a generic term for countless styles throughout Okinawa, Japan, and Korea. Karate is recognized for its powerful stances and dynamic strikes. Its punches and kicks are delivered on direct, angular lines with explosive force. Designed to be a method of peasant empty-hand defense against a samurai sword, karate taught its students to focus their concentration upon a single attack. One blow, one kill. Boards and bricks, shattered by the karate master, demonstrate the power being unleashed. Easily the most popular fighting art in the world, karate is practiced by millions. Kickboxing is a blend of Western boxing and karate. Make no mistake, Western boxing is a science, referred to as the sweet science by ex-heavyweight champ Muhammad Ali. Western boxing is known for its rapid-fire combinations. These combinations, in conjunction with elusive footwork, make a deceptively lethal style. After exposure to boxing, martial artists began incorporating the hand techniques into their arsenal. And some boxers began to add kicking. While similar to their karate origins, the kickboxer's leg attacks favored combinations, making it more compatible with his punching. The kickboxer trains in the gym just like the regular boxers, using the heavy bag, focus mitts, shadow boxing, and endless rounds of sparring to sharpen his skills. Road work and rope skipping ensure endurance, and the full contact sparring conditions them against the pain. The kickboxer's motto, don't dance, just get the job done. Kung Fu dates back to the famous Shaolin Temple in China. Legend states it that Dharma, the founder of Buddhism, first taught sleepy monks exercises to build their endurance for meditation. These exercises later developed into what is now known as Shaolin Kung Fu.